Welcome everyone, I'm Biggie Sweats, and today I'm bringing you a Demon Hunter Havoc DPS guide for Raiding and Mythic Season 1 dungeons. This is going to allow you to have the best footing as you go into Mythic dungeons and the raids that drop tomorrow. I'm going to be showing you stat rotation, talents, best in slot gear that you need to be looking for, what your force set does, amongst other things. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe. We are so close to hitting that 1,000 subs, which is going to allow us to get YouTube partner. And make sure you check us out over on twitch.tv/Biggie Sweats Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m, 7 p.m. BST. We're going to be doing loads of your raids and Mythic pluses. So come and get your mount, come and get your gear. We're right here for it. Okay, so first up, we're going to talk about your stat priority and how this differs between Mythic dungeons and raiding. You will have two different ones here. So for Mythic plus dungeons, you're going to be focusing on item level above all else. Demon Hunter works a little bit differently to most other classes, but item level is king here. Then we're going to go into critical strike as your next one because it scales incredibly well with know your enemy and rage fire. Then we're going to go into mastery, versatility, and then finally haste in that order. So at the top of your screen, it's going to be item level, crit, mastery, verse, and haste for Mythic dungeons. Now, raiding, going to be a little bit different, but as always, item level reigns king. Then we're going into crit because again it scales with know your enemy really well. Then we're going to go haste, mastery, versatility. Up on your screen, that is your raid stat priority. So you're probably wondering how Demon Hunter is going to stack up as we go into the first season of Dragonflight with raiding and its Mythic dungeon viability. Vault of Incarnates is going to be great for Demon Hunters. Whether they have single target or whether they have AoE, the class is in an incredible position right now. But also most bosses in the Vault are AoE cleave or have some form of AoE. So you're going to be pumping no matter what. So don't even worry about that. And plus you have insane survivability as well. Now for Mythic Plus, with the talent options based around Rage Fire, the AoE is gonna pump, and plus you have a lot of CCs, a lot of baseline, a lot of stuns. It's all really strong. If you're playing Demon Hunter Havoc right now, you are set to be entering Mythic Plus in an amazing position. So shrink myself down, I'm going to show you our talents for the Throw Glaive Mythic Plus dungeon build, which I think, in my opinion, is one of the better builds. As you can see down here, we are only 360 item level, and we are doing about 50k overall right there. Phenomenal DPS coming in from Demon Hunters right now. So on the left side of the talent tree, we are starting with Vengeful Retreat. We are going into Blazing Path and Sigil of Flame. In row 2, we are taking 2 points into Unrestrained Fury. Then we're going into Imprison, a great stun. Row 3, we're going into Improved Disrupt, Bouncing Glaives, and Consume Magic. In row 4, we are taking Pursuit. We are taking Fellblade and Charred Warblades. In row 5, we are taking Master of the Glaive, Rush of Chaos, and Lost in Darkness. Row 6, we are taking Chaos Nova, another amazing stun, 2 points into Soul Rending, and Sigil of Misery. In row 7, we are taking Unleash Power, 2 points into Illidari Knowledge. We're going into Demonic, and 2 points into Will of the Illidari. Row 8 is going to be Internal Struggle. Darkness, again, another awesome damage reduction for you and your team. In row 9, we are going 2 points into Erratic Fellheart. We are taking The Hunt. In row 10, we are taking Collective Anguish, which was the legendary, and we are finishing it with Unnatural Malice. This is your left side of the tree for your AoE dungeon talents. Now we move on to the right side of the tree where all the juiciness comes from, all your spells, and how it really works in Mythic Dungeons. So we're going to be starting in row 1 with I-Beam. Down into row 2, we're going to take Demon Blades and Fellfire Heart. In row 3, we're going to take First Blood, Furious Throws, and Burning Hatred. In row 4, we're going to take 2 points into Critical Chaos and 2 points in Dancing with Fate. Row 5, we're taking Initiative. We are taking Chaotic Transformation and Trail of Ruin. In row 6, we are taking Unbound Chaos, 2 points. We are taking Lux Can Kill and 2 points into Growing Inferno. In row 7, we are taking Tactical Retreat and Burning Wound. In row 8, we are taking Momentum. We are taking Accelerating Blade and Rage Fire. This is a key ability to have for your AoE to do wonders. In row 9 or 8, still haven't learned to count, we're taking Know Your Enemy, which scales so well with crit. We're taking 2 points into that. Then we're taking Follow the Flame. Then we're taking 2 points into Soul Rend. And the final row, we're taking Essence Break and any means necessary. So this is how your Mythic Dungeons AoE build is gonna work. You can use this in raids for more AoE fights, and you probably should as well. So next up, we're gonna talk about your raiding talents, more single target. Now we move on to our single target raiding talents, or if you want to just like go deep on tyrannical bosses on Mythic Plus. But this makes it way more single target. There is quite a few key differences between both sides, and the raid itself does have a few fights where single target is going to reign supreme. So the left side of the tree, we're going to start with, again in row 1, Vengeful Retreat, Blazing Path, and Sigil of Flame. Row 2, we're going to take 2 points into Unrestrained Fury and Imprison once again. We're going to go down to row 3 and take Improved Disrupt and Consume Magic. Row 4, we're taking Pursuit, Fellblade, and Charred Warblades. In row 5, we're taking Fellfire Haste, Master of the Glaive, Rush of Chaos, and that is it. In row 6, we're taking 2 points into Soul Rending, 2 points into Infernal Armor. In row 8, we are taking Illidari Knowledge, 2 points. We are taking Demonic once again, and 2 points into Will of the Illidari. In row 9, we are taking Internal Struggle. We are going into Darkness for the defense. We are going into Soul Sigils. In row 10, we are taking Erratic Fellheart, 2 points. We are also taking Long Night to increase the duration of our Darkness. We are going into Hunt once again. And in row 10, we're taking Collective Anguish and Unnatural Malice. This is your left side single target raid or heavy funnel target boss damage. So on the right side, as you can see, it's changed quite a bit. So what we're going to start with is I-Beam in row 1. Row 2 is Improved Chaos Strike and Demon Blades. In row 3, we are taking Demonic Appetite and First Blood. In row 4, we are taking 2 points into Critical Chaos, 2 points into Dancing with the Fate. Row 5, we are taking Initiative, Chaotic Transformation, and Trail of Ruin. In row 6, we are taking 2 points into Unbound Chaos, 2 points into Blind Fury, and Lux Can Kill. In row 7, we are taking Tactical Retreat. In row Isolated Prey and Furious Gaze. Row 9 or 8, we are taking Momentum, we are taking Chaos Theory and Inner Demon. Row 9, we are taking Know Your Enemy, 2 points, because again, crit scaling is nuts. Cycle of Hatred, 2 points, and Follow the Flame. And finally, we are taking Essence Break and Shattered Destiny. This is your right side single target raid talents. So we spoke about builds, Mythic Dungeons, raids, what you can take to be successful in your given content. But your 2 set. So the 2 set and 4 set do not play into Demon Hunter in any way. They make it play no differently whatsoever. Your 2 set, Chaos Strike and Blade Dance, chance to critically strike is increased by 5%, and the critical strike damage is increased by 10%. So it's just a flat out buff. And the 4 set is Chaos Strike and Blade Dance have a 20% chance to increase damage you deal by 8% for 6 seconds. Chaos Strike and Blade Dance critical strikes increases chance by 40%. So it's just flat out increases of crit and damage. It's overall a pretty good tier set. Just a very chilled one. Doesn't change how you need to play. Doesn't change any of your talents. It just works good with what you've already got. So enjoy that 4 set when you do get it. So next up, we're going to talk a little bit about best in slots and what you need. So we're going to start with trinkets. So there are 6 trinkets that you really want to focus on. 1 is important to know what it does. So main best in slot trinket is Manic Grief Torch. I'm going to show them all at the top. Next is Whispering Incarnate Icon, Hunger of the Pack, Algothar's Puzzle Box, Storm Eater's Boon. Now, what to know about Storm Eater's Boon is it locks you in place for 10 seconds. So, it sims very well, but it has that downside to it. And then finally, Windscar's Whetstone. Some of these are from Mythic, and some of these are from Raiding. So, combo them both, sim them out, and see what you get as your best. Now, as we look at our best in slot gear, we are obviously going to be aiming for the 4 set. That is incredibly important to any class. So, aim for 4 set. I'm going to list you some rings, some trinkets, and some weapons that are going to do well that you should aim for. So, rings from the raid, you're looking at Seal of Diurna's Chosen and the Seal of Filial Duty from Eranog and the Broodkeeper Diurna. Weapons from the raid, you're looking at Infused Stormglaives and Fists of the Grand Summoner, which come from Dathia Ascended and Curd Grim Totem. For Mythic Dungeons, if you're just more along the lines of playing that, you're looking at the Platinum Starband from Algothar Academy, Jeweled Signet of Melendris from the Court of Stars. Weapons, we're talking Meister Kriya's Harvester from Algothar's Academy, both in main hand and offhand. So finally, on the best in slot pieces, there is this thing called Spark of Ingenuity. And this is used when you're crafting stuff. So some 3 pieces of gear that you could be aiming for with these sparks of ingenuity is the elemental lariat, the lifebound chest piece, and the lifebound belt. These are perfect to aim for if you're going more of a crafting route with things, so aim for them. And I think in the final part of this guide, we should look at your consumables, as it's very important when you're raiding and doing dungeons, whether they're high or low keys. It's always important. So for your fire, which is a new flask, you're going File of Elemental Chaos. Combat potion, your pre-part is Elemental Potion of Ultimate Power. Health potion, Refreshing Healing Potion. Your food is the Grand Banquet of Kaluak, or the Feisty Fish Sticks. Weapon buff is the Buzzing Rune, and this remains exactly the same for Mythic Dungeons. However, the one change is the 1000 Bone Tongue Slicer is for your Mythic Dungeon food. So here we are at the rotation part of the video. I almost forgot to do this, but I knew you guys would rinse me if I missed it out. So we're going to jump straight in, and I'm going to show you a bit of the Mythic Dungeon, Mythic AoE rotation. So as I'm a Blood Elf, always start with the Racial to generate some Fury. I'm going to pop my Immolation Aura. I'm going to use my Trinket, as I've got Algaflar's Trinket, and then I'm going to go in straight away with the Hunt. I'm going to dash forward. I'm going to go into an I-Beam. I'm going to use Momentum with Chaos Essence for the AoE. Come back in, AoE. Then we're going to drop into Metamorphosis. I'm going to use Death Sweep into I-Beam again. Now it's up. Throw Glaive. Throw Glaive. We're going to dash again. Let me put current segment. See that? So we're on 92k damage here. And then we just flow into the normal rotation. Throw your Glaives out. Make sure your Immolation Auras on. Make sure you dash in on proc. Just use Annihilation as filler. Momentum out. Dash back in. Death Sweep. Throw your Glaive. Filler. Throw your Glaive. Annihilation. Fellblade. Just have it in there. Death Sweep for AoE. And that is it. Always have this down as well. Your Sigil of Flame, as it's just extra damage. And that is your AoE rotation. It's very straightforward. You're pretty much just aiming for a singular moment where you pop everything all at once. Because Metamorphosis resets a lot of things, you use stuff before Metamorphosis and then use things after as well. The dashback is to build Momentum of Fury up here, generating 8 Fury every 1 second. So while this is up, you just generate easier so you can use your abilities. But as you can see, 100k burst right there, and I am only sat at 258 item level, 255 item level. Put this trinket on and we're 258. As you can see, they're very strong. You're scaling this up to 380, then you're talking deep into the 100ks for AoE. So I'll also show you single target rotation, how this works. So priority in order is Hunt, Death Sweep, hold Essence Break if cooldown is less than 3 seconds, I-Beam with pool of 70 plus Fury, Essence Break, Metamorphosis, have I-Beam and Blade Dance Sweep on CD before casting. So make sure you use I-Beam and Death Sweep before you cast Meta, so it resets that. Then we go Meta into Blade Dance, Annihilation, Immolation Aura, Fellblade, if less than 30 Fury, Chaos Strike, and Throw Glaive. That is the order we do it in. So let's jump in and show this in action. So we're going to start off again with the Blood Elf Racial. Get some Fury, Immolation Aura. Then we're going to go in with the Hunt. We're going to dash straight into an I-Beam. We're going to Momentum in that direction for Fury, Chaos Essence, Death Sweep, straight into a Metamorphosis, Death Sweep again, I-Beam, dashing into the wall, Annihilation, 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 Death Sweep, Fellblade, dash into the wall, Annihilation, 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 Death Sweep, Annihilation proc, Momentum to get your Fury going, Immolation Auras back up, proc, dash in, and that is it. So we bursted around 50k there, 40, 45, 50k, and we ended up as it dropped down to about 28k. So single target, Demon Hunters are strong. However, they are only strong with their CDs up. They in single target areas, they lose a lot of damage if they don't have access to meta. So sometimes if you're close enough to a boss in a dungeon, save them. But if you're not, then just blow them, because packs are always going to be, the faster you get through a dungeon, the better, really. So blowing them on packs is also good. So guys, that is the end of the Demon Hunter Havoc Raid and Mythic Dungeon Guide. We have listed everything you need to jump straight into content and enjoy yourself and pump some awesome damage. Now, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe below. We're going to be dropping more gameplay tips, dungeon guides, and guides for classes as we go into Season 1. Make sure you come and check us out over on Twitch. We are running viewer raids, viewer keys all the time. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. GMT. Make sure you be there. We're doing Dragonflight giveaways and Diablo 4 giveaways as the weeks go on. Now, I'm Biggie Sweats. I hope you've enjoyed the guide. Until next time, peace!